Welcome to the Longevity Unlocked podcast, where longevity isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. Hi, I'm your host, Sherry Austin, registered nurse, and your quality longevity lifestyle and high performance coach. Today's episode might ruffle some feathers because I'm telling you the truth. Cardio is not the queen of longevity, strength is. After 35, women especially need to rethink the role of muscle in protecting their future health, hormones, and energy. Here's some myths about cardio. Myth number one, cardio is the only way to lose weight after 35. The truth is, while cardio helps burn calories, metabolism and hormones shift with age, making strength training and muscle mass preservation even more critical for fat loss and longevity. Muscle is metabolically active and supports long-term weight management better than cardio alone. Myth number two, more cardio equals better heart health. The truth is, too much steady state cardio can actually elevate stress hormones like cortisol, leading to inflammation, fatigue, and stalled progress. Shorter, smarter sessions, intervals of walking, cycling, swimming, combined with resistance training, are more effective and sustainable. Myth number three, you have to run to get results. I'm raising my hand because I'm guilty of this. When I was in my 30s, I did release weight faster when I ran. In my 40s, I didn't know why that changed until I started studying longevity health and realized the truth. Running is just one form of cardio. Walking, rowing, dancing, cycling, or even hiking deliver cardiovascular benefits without the joint stress that running can bring, especially after 35 when recovery may take longer. I started biking and hiking in my 40s, and I have to say, it's one of my favorite hobbies. Myth number four, if you don't do at least 60 minutes, it doesn't count. The truth is, consistency matters more than marathon sessions. Research shows 10 to 20-minute bouts of cardio spread throughout the day. Walking meetings, stair breaks, brisk walks have powerful benefits for heart, brain, and metabolic health. On a personal note, I noticed that with my micro strength training sessions and getting in 10K steps per day, I effortlessly released weight. Myth number five, cardio ruins your muscle gains. The truth is, overdoing endurance cardio can interfere with muscle building, but balanced cardio supports recovery, circulation, and endurance. Paired correctly with strength training, it enhances overall performance and longevity. Myth number six, cardio is just for physical health. The truth is, cardio boosts neuroplasticity, mood, sleep, and stress resilience. After 35, when stress and cognitive demands peak, cardio becomes a powerful tool for brain longevity, not just body fitness. Bottom line, after 35, cardio should be strategic, joint friendly, and balanced with strength training, recovery, and lifestyle factors. The goal isn't more cardio, but smarter cardio. Here's a true story. I had a coaching client that, like me, insisted that cardio is queen for weight loss. She was going to 3 45-minute HIIT classes per week and running with her weekend running warriors. She did not, let me repeat, she did not gain weight. She also didn't release any either. And notice she was swelling all over her body, which is classic signs of inflammation. She decided to decrease the weekend runs and the time spent in HIIT class. And guess what? Within 2 weeks, she had a significant visible decrease in inflammation and her joint pain was almost gone. And she released 2 pounds. The moral of the story is overdoing cardio is not the secret to staying slim over 35. Cardio burns calories today. Muscle burns fat for decades. Cardio gives you endurance. Muscle gives you metabolism. Here's a science-backed fact. Muscle declines 3 to 8% per decade after 30, faster after menopause unless you strength train. Nurse Sherry, why does muscle equal longevity? I'm glad you asked. Because muscle is metabolic gold for longevity. Muscle tissue burns more calories at rest. This protects against midlife weight gain and insulin resistance. It helps with what I like to call hormone harmony. Strength training improves estrogen, testosterone, and growth hormone balance, directly tied to energy, libido, mood, and aging. Muscle also helps with bone density and resilience. Weight-bearing moves protects against osteoporosis and fractures, a leading cause of disability in women over 50. Cue in the squats. Let's take a mental left turn and talk about the law of assumption. You're probably wondering, what does this have to do with strength training? We're going to get there. The law of assumption comes from Neville Goddard's teachings. It's the idea that what you assume to be true will eventually manifest in your reality. Instead of focusing on whether you deserve something or constantly waiting for proof, you live and think as though it's already yours. If you assume abundance, you'll naturally act, think, and make choices aligned with abundance. If you assume scarcity, you'll unconsciously act in ways that keep scarcity in place. It's about embodying the state of the wish fulfilled rather than wishing for it to happen someday. Embodying a healthy body looks like scheduling workouts and getting in 10K steps. Now, this leads us into Askfirmations, which is like an affirmation, but with a question. Affirmations are positive statements you repeat to program your subconscious mind. For example, I am healthy, wealthy, and successful. The goal is repetition until your subconscious accepts it as true. Askfirmations, popularized by Noah St. John, these are affirmations turned into questions. For example, instead of I am successful, you ask, why is it so easy for me to be successful? You're probably wondering, what's the difference? Here's why it works. The brain is wired to answer questions. By asking empowering questions, your subconscious looks for evidence and solutions that align with the question. The difference: affirmations tell your subconscious what is. Askfirmations prompt your subconscious to find reasons why it's true. Both can be powerful, but many people find askfirmations bypass resistance. I don't feel successful yet, and engage the brain's natural problem solving mode. So here's how our healthy body askfirmation. Why am I getting stronger, healthier, and more energized every year? Because now your brain is going to look for solutions to that askfirmation. So you don't have to repeat an affirmation like I'm healthy, stronger, and at the best health of my life, while the ego is in your mind playing, no, you're not. You just ask the question, and then the brain says, done, got it done. Hey, we're going to look for these solutions right now. And guess what? It does. I had a woman in my program. She went from exhausted by 2 p.m. every day to lifting weights twice a week. Within 6 weeks, her hot flashes decreased, she was sleeping deeper, and her metabolism sped up. Strength training doesn't mean bodybuilding. It means functional, sustainable strength for real life. That's where a lot of women get tripped up, because when we mention strength training, they immediately visualize a female Arnold Schwarzenegger in their head. That's not what we're saying. You don't have enough testosterone in your body to produce that. And as we age, we're losing that too. So you definitely don't have enough testosterone to bulk up unless you were taking something to enhance that. This is going to keep you functional. This means you're going to be walking along and you're not just falling for no reason. You're able to sit up straight in your chair. You're not going to be having joint pain. You can squat down and bend and pick up things from the floor and get back up without having to hold on to something or somebody pulling you up out of the chair. Here's another myth bust. You don't need 2 hours in the gym. You need 2 to 3 focus sessions of 30 minutes of strength training per week. Focus on squats, deadlifts, push-ups, and rows. Now, this is one of the things I love: micro habits. There's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So I do strength training twice a week, but in the interim that I'm not able to, I get in micro strength training every day. When I go to the bathroom, because I ingest a gallon of fluid a day, sometimes more, a lot times more, I am doing my Kegel exercises, which helps your pelvic floor, because as we're losing hormones, our pelvic floor weakens, and that's where you get that stress incontinence or full incontinence, depending on your situation. So the squats are good, the Kegels are good. I'm doing Kegels and squats, and I'm doing wall push-ups. So I'm getting a full body mini strength training every time I go to the restroom. Strong women aren't chained to the gym. They're free to live fuller, longer lives. Strength isn't just physical, it's mental leadership. When you train your body, you train resilience, focus, and confidence. That translates into boardrooms, businesses, and relationships. Let me show you how I anchor strength training into my framework, the necessary. It's NESSS. And the reason why I coined it necessary, which is a beautiful play on words, is because these pillars are necessary to maintain a longevity lifestyle. It's just not diet. It's just not exercise. It's just not sleep. We need a beautiful synergy of all five pillars in order to maintain a full, balanced life. So the framework and nutrition fuels muscle growth with protein and whole foods. We're going to exercise. We prioritize strength training. The first S, sleep, which is super important because muscle repairs at night while we're sleeping. Second S is stress. Recovery is as important as reps. That's why you want to put in a day or two between your strength training intervals because you want your muscles to be able to relax and repair. Because you got to think when you're lifting weights and you're doing strength training, you're actually tearing muscle up. So now it needs chance to rest, repair, and recover. And it can't do that in a state of constant use and misuse. And the last S, which is so important, especially to my people that have exited the workforce, they're 65 and up, is social. Find an accountability partner. If you don't like going to the gym alone, find someone who can go to the gym with you, even if it's virtual. Let's use this technology that we have. A lot of times I call them my inner circle girlfriends. These are my core girlfriends. And we will set up virtual walk dates together. And we would chat on the phone. And we, all three of us, live in different cities. And we chat on the phone and we get our walk in, and it's beautiful. So we're getting that social connection and we're getting the exercise piece and the stress management piece because it's mental therapy to chit chat with your girlfriends. So let's recap. Strong is the new sustainable for women over 35. Muscle isn't optional, it's longevity insurance. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. And if you're ready to future proof your health, book a longevity strategy call with me today. Grab my ebook, Longevity Unlocked, The Genesis, or join the Longevity Lifestyle Collective membership. All the links are in the show notes. Thank you for tuning into this episode. And remember, longevity isn't a destination, it's a lifestyle. I'm Nurse Sherry, your quality, longevity lifestyle, and high performance coach. See you next time.